So let me get this straight. We live in a society where a woman is adored for sleeping with 100 men in 24 hours. My son can chop his balls off, get breast implants, and I can't even beat the crap out of him for doing so. And I'm not even allowed to judge my daughter when she's dressed like a Joburg prostitute. Listen here, you have been lied to. Not a little white lie like what Eskom says when they say load shedding will end soon. No, this is the mother of all lies. A bigger lie than the promises of your local politician, and even more ridiculous than a taxi driver's claim that his quantum has working brakes. This lie has ruined lives, destroyed families, and has left people chasing illusions like a drunk guy trying to grab his shadow. And that lie is called sexual liberation. Oh, but it's empowering, Summer. What are you talking about? It's freedom, period. It's modern. I'll do what I want with my body. I'm sure Lily Phillips used to say the same thing until she slept with 100 men in 24 hours, got sick as fuck, and then realized she's become the world's biggest joke. So no, my friend, it's not. It's not empowerment. It's prostitution with better branding. It's not just freedom. It's just another way for society to exploit you while you think you're living your best life. So sit down, switch off TikTok for a second, subscribe to the Summer Sambit, and let me break this down for you in a way that even a politician with a grade 3 comprehension skill could understand. Now, let's talk about this hypocrisy for a second. A woman sleeps with 100 men and she's sexually liberated. But let a man do the same and suddenly he's a walking red flag. Society applauds women for breaking boundaries, but if a guy does the same thing or even so much as breathes near more than one woman, he is labeled a player or worse. We're not holding anyone to consistent standards here. It's just vibes, isn't it? How about this? Why don't we stop pretending there's anything revolutionary about sleeping around, okay? You're not smashing the patriarchy. You're not going to be a president after sleeping with 100 men. And you're definitely not getting any value by getting a standing ovation while you're wearing a crop top and high heels. Alright, call me old-fashioned, but since when did we call prostitution sex positivity? This whole Lily Phillips 100 men in 24 hours thing isn't a flex. It's a human breakdown. Because if a man did the same, he'd be called every name under the sun, rightfully so. But when a woman does it, she's breaking barriers? She's breaking her soul. That's what's going on here. There is no empowerment in turning your body into a public service project. At that point, you're not being liberated. You're being exploited with a fancy hashtag and a TikTok filter. You see, sexual liberation comes with this dangerous promise. Do what you want, and there are no consequences whatsoever because it's your life and you should live it. Spoiler alert, again, that is a lie. Emotional baggage, check. Broken relationships, check. STDs, let's not even start. This no consequences mentality is the biggest scam of the century. It's like buying a used car with low mileage and then finding out the engine's been through hell, pardon my grease. People are out here treating their bodies like rental cars, thinking they can return them without any wear or tear. Newsflash, you're not getting your deposit back because this isn't liberation, it's self-destruction with glitter on top. Let me tell you, liberation is not sleeping with 100 people or being praised for acting like a human Tinder bio. True liberation is self-respect. True power is setting boundaries, not tearing them down and then wondering why you feel empty afterwards. Stop falling for the same trap they always put you in. Sexual liberation is marketed like a Sunday special at your local tavern these days. It's flashy, it's irresistible, and it's totally toxic. Do what you want, sleep with who you want, and you're free, they say. But the reality is that sexual liberation is about as liberating as being stuck in Joburg traffic during rush hour. Here's the real gag here. Sexual liberation is not free. It's costing people their peace of mind, their self-worth, and their future. Just think about it. Every bad decision you make under the guise of sexual freedom piles up in debt. But instead of paying with money, you're paying with regret and emotional damage. It's like taking out a loan to party, only to wake up years later with a collection notice stamped your dignity. And let's not even start on the people who spent their free years being liberated only to end up on Twitter crying about how dating in your 30s is a nightmare because all the good ones are taken. Nigga, get you overused ass out of here. All the good ones are taken? No, we are not taken. We're just fine. Matter of fact, we are hiding from you because we're scared of you. You're gonna get us sick. Ugh. You're not free. You were never free. You're just trapped in a cycle with no exit. There was an exit, but you removed it the moment you said it's my body, so stay with your body. While guys like me are chasing so much, who are not so desperate, stay with partners who actually value their bodies and whose bodies belong to us because our bodies belong to theirs, just like how a true marriage should be. Oh my gosh, some is so mean. Hey, listen, you got the wrong person. Okay, I'm not the one who said do whatever you want with your body and then started calling you a disgrace to your family and society when it all started crashing down on you. And don't you dare call me a misogynist because I'm scared you might get me sick because of how many men you've slept with. I never said corrupt your coochie and abort so many kids your womb became a graveyard. Fuck you. Okay, you didn't listen to me, you didn't listen to your parents or any of your superiors back then, and now you want to blame me and everybody else except you. Because there's just no way you could be the problem, right? That's just impossible. Yeah, sure it is. Because here's the thing. They didn't tell you that liberation often comes with regret, loneliness, and the occasional STD. They didn't tell you that the same people hyping you up for your OnlyFans account will be the first to judge you when you turn 40 and wonder why your DMs are empty except for creepy uncles wondering if you're still available. Let me put you on game real quick. Sexual liberation is like buying a car from a shady dealership. Okay, it looks good at first, but as soon as you drive off, you realize the engine is held together with nothing but chewing gum and a prayer. I like it when OnlyFans models have the audacity of saying things like, I'm building a legacy you wouldn't understand. Sorry? What legacy are you building, if I may ask? No disrespect. Imagine telling your kids that nonsense one day. Imagine your kids getting bullied at school because everyone knows who your mom is and what she does. We want to know what she does? Just check our search histories. Mommy, is it true? Are you a hoe? Are you kidding me? Doesn't sound so empowering now, does it? Okay, so now you're getting smarter. Now you realize when it's already too late, and now you realize that we are actively building a culture that glorifies temporary highs, but doesn't think about the long-term consequences, because your actions today shape the world tomorrow. You didn't know that, huh? Do you want to be remembered as someone who helped create a more meaningful society, or as someone who just helped normalize chaos and looked stupid in front of everybody? Choose wisely. Because speaking of bad decisions, let's talk about the story I told you of earlier. Lily Phillips, the woman who was sleeping with 100 men in 24 hours, as if she thought that was a good idea. Ladies and gentlemen, this was not empowerment. This was a human buffet. First of all, how do you even pull that off, like logistically speaking? Was there a queue? Did they hand out tickets like at Home Affairs? And can we address the hygiene issue here? Like, what the actual fuck? That is not liberation. That is desperation dressed up as a record attempt. And what's worse is that society applauded her. You're so brave, they said. Brave? Are you kidding me right now? Brave is fighting off a hijacker in Soweto. Brave is eating at that dodgy street vendor and surviving. This was just sad. But here's the thing. Lily didn't do this for herself. She did it because why? Society convinced her that being sexually free would somehow make her valuable. It's the same logic as someone thinking that drinking their entire body weight in tequila makes them the life of the party. Spoiler alert, it doesn't, and it makes you look fucking stupid. And you can't talk about sexual liberation without talking about Zodwa Wabantu, can you? South Africa's beloved golden child, the self-proclaimed queen of freedom. This woman knows how to hustle, I'll give her that. But let's be real. If dancing half naked for drunk men while they throw money at you is liberation, then I'm sorry, I'd rather be enslaved. Because Zodwa's antics are often celebrated as breaking barriers. What barriers? The barrier between class and chaos? Because that's about all she's breaking. She's sold this idea to young women and young men that being provocative is the ultimate form of empowerment. But the truth is, Zodwa, you're not free. You are a prisoner of public opinion. And let's be honest, your lifestyle isn't exactly a blueprint for what I would want my kids to learn. Unless, of course, your goal is to be a meme in life. Now let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say the fishing nets on the bodies, OnlyFans. That platform has turned everyone and their cousin into amateur adult entertainers. And here's the deal. Posting naked pictures online for cash is not empowerment. It's digital begging with extra steps. But it's my choice, Sama. Okay, it's your choice, that's cool. Just like it's your choice to eat KFC every day and wonder why your jeans don't fit one day. Just like how it was your choice to not listen to your parents and my YouTube channel, and then you went on to sleep with that brew who got you pregnant, and then dipped faster than when John Cena runs into the ring. Sure, it's your choice, huh? Insolent little brat. Freedom of choice doesn't mean freedom from consequences, Mugel. And it certainly doesn't mean my coochie is an all-you-can-eat buffet for 24 hours only. and will only take 100 men, so hurry up while stocks last. Here's the kicker. The same society that's motivating you to be this fuck toy is the same society that doesn't care about you. The same people promoting sexual liberation will judge you the moment you turn 40, not married, aborted all your kids, your house smells like vape and cigarettes, and wonder why you're alone with 12 cats. They'll call you empowered today. The next thing they'll call you a cautionary tale tomorrow. Don't you find that funny? Just asking. The same people saying, yes, girl, when you walk around looking like you only had fishing nets and tights in your closet, will be the same people who hide their kids from you 10, 20 years from now. Pretty cool, huh? And let's not forget the economic angle of all this because while you're busy liberating yourself on OnlyFans, the people who run the platform are laughing all the way to the bank. And that's the harsh truth. You're not free. You're a cash cow in their digital slaughterhouse. But one of the biggest lies of sexual liberation is the idea that you need to compete with others. Social media has turned everything into this competition. Who slept with the most people? Who has the hottest OnlyFans account? Who can degrade themselves the fastest? Who has the biggest breasts? Who has the biggest BBL? It's absurd. It's like watching people compete to be the best at drinking expired milk. You're all losing. Whether you're on Instagram showing off your body for likes or bragging about your sexual adventures, you're playing a game where the house always wins. And by the house, I mean the actual corporations profiting off your insecurities. If you're not South African and watching this, well, let me tell you this. Here in South Africa, right, we have a knack for taking global trends and then making them uniquely disastrous. Sexual liberation is no exception either. Our youth are already dealing with unemployment, poor education, many other things, including a government that couldn't organize a braai if you gave them firelighters and wars. Now we've added sexual chaos to the mix. It's like our society is falling apart, and instead of addressing the real issues, we are out here celebrating people for degrading themselves. And don't even get me started on the double standards. If a woman is sexually liberated, she is a queen. If a man is sexually liberated, he is a pig and a dog and every other animal you can think of. Let me break it down for you. Sexual liberation is not free. It comes with a price tag, Miguel, and that price tag is your dignity. Society will hype you up today and destroy you tomorrow. They'll tell you that you're free to do whatever you want, but the moment you make a mistake, they'll crucify you faster than a political party blames apartheid for their failures. And here's the kicker. The same people who celebrate your freedom now will be the first people to judge you when the consequences catch up. You don't believe me? Ask anyone who's tried to find a serious relationship. And I'm not talking about those building their serious brand on OnlyFans. I'm talking about those who were already prostitutes and are now trying to get a normal life. So who's actually benefiting from all this sexual liberation? I'll wait. Is it women? Nah, definitely not in the long run. Society? Don't make me laugh. The real winners here are the industries profiting off the so-called empowerment. I'm talking about the billion-dollar porn industries, the dating apps charging you for their premium matches, the condom brands making you feel like you're invincible. They're the ones clapping every time someone screams, "It's my body." They sold you a lifestyle and labeled it in freedom, but you're just a pawn in their game. True empowerment isn't about how many people you've slept with or how many likes your bikini pic gets on Instagram, okay? True empowerment is about respect. Respect for yourself, respect for your body and your future. Okay, sexual liberation is just another way for society to distract you from what actually matters. So while you're out there chasing validation, the people who actually run the world are building empires. You're not liberated. You are just a pawn in their game. So what's the alternative here? It's simple. Live a life that aligns with your values. Build real relationships. Focus on your goals. Stop chasing trends and start chasing purpose. And most importantly, stop letting society dictate your worth, please. Your value isn't determined by your body count or your Instagram followers. You want to know what it's determined by? It's determined by the impact you make in the world and in your own life. If you've made it this far, congratulations. If you've actually watched the video until this point, you're smarter than 90% of people who will read the title, get offended, and then leave. Because here's the truth. Sexual liberation is a scam because it's designed to keep you distracted and oppressed. And here's the real kicker. The same people promoting this nonsense don't even believe in it. They're just profiting off your insecurities and your bodies. So the next time someone tries to sell you the idea of sexual freedom, Tell them to keep it. You've got bigger plans. And listen, Miguel, South Africa is already a mess, okay? We're already dealing with load shedding, potholes that can swallow cars whole, and politicians who can't even string a sentence together, okay? Ask your parents, trust me. They already have more than enough stress to get their hairs grey. They don't need their daughter dressing like she is a walking billboard saying fuck me, okay? They don't need another heart attack after hearing you slept with 100 men in 24 hours like Lily Phillips. Chai! Can you imagine? God forbid. Me, I'll take my child for exorcism because that has to be possession of some sort. 100 men? Yes. I would fear loco. But no, don't listen to Summer. Let's add sexual chaos to the mix. Because now we've got influencers promoting OnlyFans accounts like it's a youth unemployment program. Don't let society convince you that your worth is tied to your sexuality. Okay? Because you're more than that. You're better than that. And if you want real freedom, start by respecting who? Yourself. Now go out there and live a life that actually matters. And remember, liberation isn't about how much you can remove from your body. It's about how much you can rise above. Mic drop.